control, throttle control, rear brake control. Did I mention front brake? No. Slow speed riding, we don't use front brake. If you use the front brake in slow speed riding, what happens, Gary?
What's that?
Front brake in slow speed riding.
Again, sudden and dramatic horizontal view change.
Okay, we don't want that, all right?
And you will go down. And you're not, your spindly little leg isn't going to hold up 700 pounds. It isn't going to happen.
For the clutch control, in slow speed riding, you're in the friction zone. Does everybody understand what the friction zone is? The clutch is not fully disengaged, it's not fully engaged. If 0 is disengaged, 5 is engaged, you're somewhere between 2 and 4, okay? You might have to find on your motorcycle where that's at, but that's the friction zone. You're gonna be in there. Do not worry about burning up your clutch, okay? Actually, the clutch in my motorcycle is 2 years old. It was 2 years old in April, and believe me, if any clutch should be burnt out, that clutch should be burnt out, because that motorcycle does.
I even find it hard to believe it's 2 years old.
It's because I know how to ride. Believe me, people that are just getting into this and try to do this stuff, they're burning the clutch out every 3 months. You guys will not burn your clutches out. We won't even let you do that. So it's all about control. So you're in friction zone. Next thing is the throttle. On the big bikes, you're going to be humming around 1500 RPM, give or take a little bit. I think most of you have a tachometer. Do you have a tach? Okay. Use this, okay? If that motor, even on the sport bikes, if that motor is sounding, it's too much throttle. It should be low. It should just be humming, right? All right. Rear brake. The technique we just taught you. You cover the outer 1/3 of your rear brake, applying a little pressure. You want to apply enough pressure that you feel that motor feels like it's dragging a little bit as you're easing that clutch out, okay? If you're not dragging, feeling that pressure, then you're not on the brake enough. Why do we do that? Because it stabilizes the suspension. It kind of mimics going at a higher speed and makes the suspension more stable, okay? With the clutch in the friction zone and doing these exercises, the other thing that changes in your head is your speed control. When we're out on the highway, basically 2 things control our speed: throttle and shifting gears. Everybody agree with that? You can only go so fast in 3rd gear, but if you go to 4th gear, you can go faster. Everybody agree? You can only go so fast at idle. But if I gear that thing up to 3,000 RPM or 5,000 RPM, I go a hell of a lot faster, right? Here, we're trying to keep our speed, our throttle steady, okay, 1,500, 2,000 RPM. The clutch is controlling our speed. The more we let it out, the faster we go. The more we bring it in, the slower we go, right? And the brake is kind of like the finessing of it, okay? Does it make sense so far? We're going to find out. All right, so here's what's going to happen. You guys are going to follow Gary around this parking lot. You're going to be in friction zone, steady throttle, about 1,500, 2,000 RPMs. You're going to be steady on the rear brake, okay? I would like to see about 3 motorcycle lengths between you and the person in front of you. Stated differently, that's 3 parking spaces, okay? Minimally 3 parking spaces. We got room for 4 or 5s. That's fine. If you want to use 4 or 5, use 4 or 5. But we don't want to see you bunched up, okay? There's no need. We only got 6 motors. 7. So, stay apart. Gary's going to set the pace. It's like a fast walking pace, okay? It's kind of the speed we're going to mimic when we get into these exercises. As you're going around the parking lot, I'll be doing an assessment of how you're doing. What do you think is one of the first things I'll look at as you're going around?
Where you're looking.
Where you're looking, okay, what else? Hand on the front brake, no front brake, hand, no front brake, remember?
Right.
So we don't want to do that, we want it on the throttle, right? What else would I be looking for? What's the 3 things we got to use in this exercise?
Brake light.
Brake lights, you got it.
That's
Be
easy.
looking for your brake lights. If you're not using enough for your brake lights aren't on, right? Or, and we found this a lot, we might be telling you your brake lights aren't working. I mean, how many of you checked your lights before you came in today? Okay, yeah, I did. How many did tire pressure checks yesterday or today? Let me check your tire pressures. Good, okay? That's something you should do all the time. I mean, I check mine once a week minimally. And it's not unusual, especially with this weather, with cool and hot, you get a 3 to 5 pound variance in your tire pressures. So always check them cold, but check your tire pressure.